Tampa Bay Damge hasn't made it past the semifinals this season, make no mistake. They are still one of the strongest teams in the world and a favorite to win the PSP World Cup. They took third at both Chicago and the West Coast Open, losing to Impact at both those events. Their only stumble was at the first event, where they won a relegation game against Houston Heat to avoid dropping to the Challengers Division and finished 7th. Since then, they've looked hungry to get another victory under their belts, especially at the last event. Damge fields one of the most potent lineups in the league, with weapons at every position. The core of the team has been together for years, and they've won 5 PSP events and a world title since they burst on the scene in 2008. Look for Timmy Probst, Brian Smith, and Keith Brown to attack on the Snake side. Chad Bouzier has typically been a D-side dominator, but he's joined Dan Holiday as a very versatile attacker for the squad. The Edwards brothers are having a stellar year as usual. Though considered one of the best teams at playing slow, Damge can play fast with the best of them, and they're going to have to slug it out on this aggressive field to have a chance to win World Cup. In a storybook season, Edmonton Impact, ranked first in the PSP heading into the World Cup, has become the strongest, most consistent team in the sport. They have completely dominated Europe this year, and they have made the finals in 3 of the 4 PSP events so far in 2014. They won Chicago and took second at the Mid-Atlantic Open and the West Coast Open. Impact has found success because they have a complex, multi-layered attack and a deep roster of very consistent and efficient support players. Their highest-ranked player, Zach Yakimek, ranked 8th overall, is having the best season of his career. His ability to shoot people off the break, stay alive, win gunfights, and close games behind his attackers has proved to be a huge asset for Impact's push towards the top. The 3-man attack players for Impact are versatile, which makes the team harder to scout. Because they have such an adaptable attack with Joshua Met, Justin Rabikoff, and Justin Cornell, Impact is always dictating the pace of the action. With no holes in their lineup, it's probable Impact could cap off their successful season with a PSP World Cup victory.
So we are back here. Let's check out the scores from today. In case you guys are just tuning in, we do have one more game coming at you, and it's a great one. Edmonton Impact taking on Tampa Bay Damge, and Tampa Bay Damge is going to want to put it on Impact because they have not beat Impact all year long. They play them at every event. They've lost 4 times. Impact having a great season. Tampa Bay Damge hungry to get back in it. So the first game of the day, Trenton Top Gun Union 7-3 over Sacramento Excessive. Infamous defeated Chattanooga CP 7-2. And then X Factor took down Red Legion 7-1. Art Chaos 7-3 over Heat. Ironman 7-3. We saw lots of these games. You can see the scores got about 10 seconds before the game here, so not going to be able to get all of them. But only 2 games going to time so far today on this quick and aggressive layout. So Impact will be on your right, Tampa Bay Damge on your left. Battle of 2 Titan teams right now. Off the break, Keith Brown all the way into the Snake. And Keith Brown had a really good game against Omaha Vicious in Tampa Bay Damge's dismantling of Vicious 7-0. But it looks like body coming off for Tampa Bay Damge. It's Big Jason Edwards.
I'm excited about this game. These are 2 powerhouse teams.
I got butterflies going.
2 powerhouse teams. Yeah. This is like a finals kind of game. Because they're both playing really, really well. Damge, I give the advantage to Damge right now. Personally.
Yeah, well, Damge.
Hey, that's good. It's good to have.
Yeah, well, you know, Impact, they beat Revo in the first match 7-3, and Damge beat Vicious 7-0. So both these teams 1-1. But again, Impact has not lost to Damge all year long, and they've beat him 4 times. So Damge knows that. I talked to Dan Holiday about this, and he was like, man, we're so hungry to beat that team. So tired of losing to Impact this year.
And look, this everything is slow play right now because no one wants to give up any mistakes here. And it looks like Keith Brown just gets taken up by Justin Cornell, so Justin Cornell will just keep wheeling and dealing the Snake, but Damge is right there to slow him down, and that's good play by Damge right there, to be right there to slow Justin down.
Yeah, Justin had a great game in the first match that he played. Only 2 mistakes, dying out of his bunker twice, but other than that, phenomenal day for him. But Impact looking good in that first game, so did Damge, like we said, so let's see who's going to win this Snake battle here.
And with that said, Maddie, right now they have 3 players over here for Impact. You got Rainy Stanzak, Justin Cornell, and then the back corner as well against 1 player.
Yeah, but Chad Bouzier just got picked up trying to get out over here to help out.
You'll see a highway move here.
He went back to where he was supposed to be. He was there to begin with, Maddie, and he ran across to the Dorito side of the field and then came back again. So I just got to give the advantage right now to Impact.
Yeah, and Impact moving up on that D side of the field. Justin Rabikoff playing the D side and playing it well. And so looks like Damge forced to concede that point here, as it was just Brian Smith left alive over here on the Snake side of the field. So the first strike goes to Edmonton Impact. 2 confirmed kills already in this match for Justin Rabikoff.
Who that last game, both Justins, both of them just were wheeling and dealing over there, and Rainey Stanzak. So as for Coach Bart to have the option to pull Justin apart, both Justins who've been playing with each other on the snake side all year long, that's a good trend to have, a good thing to have for him.
Yeah, so looking at the game matchup on your screen right now, and you know, even though it looks like, I think we got this one switched.
Yeah, it's not right there.
Yeah, because Edmonton Impact is, you know, since they've beat Damge here, and Edmonton Impact's having such a phenomenal year, you got to give the advantage to Edmonton Impact because they've just had, I mean, they made the finals 3 events in a row. Yeah, so, you know, but this is, when I looked at the schedule, this was at the end of the game, or end of the day game. I really wanted to see this matchup. One, Damge knows their record against Impact this year. Damge has been playing some inspired paintball recently, and I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. They always are a force to be reckoned with, but like we had talked about a little bit early last game, getting ready for this matchup, is that in the beginning part of the year, didn't really see that fire, that pep in the step of Damge, and definitely have been seeing that since midway through the year. And Impact, you know, it's hard to stay at the top. You know, it's really hard to stay at that high level when everyone knows, okay, this is the top dogs right now. Yeah.
Year after year. And
Yeah.
Damge has been on top 14 for the last 4 years.
Yeah, hard to get there, harder to stay there.
Yeah.
And that's where Impact
That's exactly right.
And that's where Impact is right now. Everybody knows that. And so everyone's trying to take them down, and particularly the team they're playing right now. So let's see here if they can adjust tactics to the snake again. Off the break now, and it looks like Cornell finally getting taken out. So definitely need to put guns. No Damge was scouting Impact earlier on. They know that Cornell was probably doing what, you know, watching him do his thing in the snake, and knowing they needed to isolate, put a lot of guns on that side. And they take out Rainey Stanzik too.
But as we say that, Justin Rabikoff is at the 50 Dorito. He just took out Tim Probst. So that could be a problem for Damge over there, him being that far up. So let's see what but as we say that, oh, no, I thought Zach Yakima.
But as we talk about this, it's funny how the sun changes things from day to night. Because right now the sun is on the opposite side of the field and shining down on the flip side as opposed to the morning.
Well, yeah,
So-
in the morning, but I don't think it's getting that bad yet. It depends on how the field switches, but I don't think it's, well, we'll see. But also when the shadows start to get long, that is another additional thing that you can do. You can play the shadow in case anyone has, I'm sure if you've been playing long enough, you know how that works. But you can actually see a person's shadow depending on which side of the bunker on, and you can kind of see which way they're coming out of their bunker. That particularly comes into play in one-on-ones.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's just Rabikoff. Phenomenal player. Usually snake player, but he's on the other side of the field right now, just going to work.
So Rumzi Al-Yusuf in the snake for Tampa Bay Damge. 3 players left alive for Edmonton Impact here. They have a back corner bunker here, snake side. They also have a back bunker on the D side of the field, both those stand-ups. And then they have the 50D, 50-yard line bunker with Justin Rabikoff. 2 players left alive for Tampa Bay Damge. And
Oh, look at this
look
shot
at
by
that
Justin
shot.
Rabikoff.
Just
Yeah.
backs up 3 feet, 4 feet off the Dorito. What the heck?
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot. Justin Rabikoff, you know, that's homework right there. Justin must have known, okay, look, if I get into the 50 Dorito, there's this guy in Snake 1. I know I can drop about 5 feet back up off this bunker and get that shot. And Justin Rabikoff getting himself a 4-pack in that point right there, going to 6 confirmed kills so far, the most by anybody in the first day of prelim competition here at the World Cup was Konstantin Fedorov, who set the bar at 13 confirmed kills in 1 game. So the score now, Edmonton Impact 2 up over Tampa Bay Damge. Damge not getting a good start here. 16:08 left in this match, and we'll be right back. Getting back into this matchup here between Edmonton Impact and Tampa Bay Damge. Edmonton Impact there on your screen. And they are bringing out Zach Yakmek, who's having an amazing year. Nick Laval, new pickup for them this season, coming from 187. Zane Yakmek, brother of Zach, and Rainey Stanzik and Justin Cornell. Justin Cornell and Rainey Stanzik been playing this snake side real well. Let's see if they can keep it up. Big point here for Tampa Bay Damge. They do not want to go down by 3 against Edmonton Impact, all the way to the snake off the break. And here comes the push on the snake side. They lose 1. Keith Brown coming off early. 2 bodies, though, coming off for Edmonton Impact early. And 1 from Tampa Bay Damge with Keith Brown. So right now it's 3-on-4. Yakmek, Nick Laval, and Justin Cornell left alive. So evened up in the snake here. Looking at the D side on your screen.
Snake battle on your screen right now. That's number 60. It's Brian Smith in the snake for Tampa Bay Damge. Up against, I think, Justin Cornell, correct?
Yep. And this will be a nice battle because Brian Smith is, I consider, one of the better snake players that we've had in paintball.
Definitely,
his burst speed.
Premier.
Yeah, his burst speed is
like
quick.
Maddie, you talk about his burst speed all the time.
Yeah, well, you know,
his legs are like 17 feet long.
That's the interesting thing about Damge. I think Damge might be, on average, maybe the fastest team in the league.
I'd say I would agree
because
with that.
Timmy Probst is fast, Holiday's blazing fast, Chad Bouzier is fast, Smith's fast, Keith Brown's fast, and even Jason Edwards isn't slow.
Looks like they just lost.
Chad Bouzier, speaking of the devil, Chad Bouzier taking the early walk.
And here comes Justin Cornell to snake 50. And the one thing that Justin Cornell does have is that he has Zach Yakmek behind him, so that'll allow him to operate a little bit in there. But this sun is just getting gnarly here.
Well, the longer we wait, the longer the worse it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So right now, Edmonton Impact in the driver's seat again. Better field position for them, but even up on the body counts. It's 3-on-3. The Edwards brothers are alive, and also Brian Smith is alive for Tampa Bay Damge. But Brian Smith has had to back all the way up to the very entrance of the snake, and that has let Justin Cornell get all the way past the 50-yard line and on to Damge's side of the field, which is going to allow him to get a shot cross field on D1, which is occupied by Jacob Edwards.
Yeah, but here, if he backs up, Maddie, the problem is that the snake one on your screen right there will have a shot, and Brian Smith will have a shot at him a little bit. So he's got to concentrate on him first to shoot across the field, as you see right there. And he's gonna move up on the other side of Dorito Field to the 50.
Yeah, and
nice move.
Yeah, that was a nice move, Chris. That's gonna make Justin's life a little bit harder over here.
Well, I don't think he knew he made that move though, Maddie. He's gonna get shot.
Well, he must feel the pressure. I mean, he's getting shot at right now from that spot. So just by the trajectory of those paintballs.
There he goes. I called
You're
that.
right.
See?
You're right.
Yeah.
He didn't know.
He had no idea.
I'm surprised that his coach didn't say, "Hey, you're at the 53." But that was a great move by Damge. Great move.
Yeah, but think about it. That's a mental mistake by Justin. Justin Cornell is a seasoned veteran, man. When you have paintballs coming at you, you should know where they're coming at if you've been playing long enough.
Oh,
look at this,
penalty
a major
on Damge.
Wow.
Oh man, that's gonna hurt against a team like Impact. But however, like you said, Maddie, he didn't see that move, and JC.
And Impact doesn't realize that there's a major going on, that they probably should hit the horn here because.
Oh, he's running in right now to tell him. Yep, there he goes.
Yeah, and there they hit the horn.
Actually, he hit the horn himself. He's like, I got this.
Ran in and
I got this.
Well, that's smart because, well, I mean, and them not blowing the horn earlier let 9 seconds come off that major penalty. So, you know, we'll see. But and you can see there,
Jacob
Edwards,
plead his
pleading his case.
Hey,
The call never gets changed, man.
He got it for. Let's see what he got for it. Maybe give it some extras, or he just got hit.
Well, there it was.
I don't know.
Ooh, well, we're gonna find out here in a second.
Yeah, so let's look at it from this angle. And you see there, Jacob Edwards closing the distance.
Look at you had in the pack, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a really tough angle right there to see.
Like we're up here, they're down there.
Well,
so.
yeah, but even on an angle, this is the angle we should be able to see it from right here. So looking at Jacob Edwards coming through. Don't see any paint yet. Don't see any paint yet.
It's on his pack. I saw it. Left hand side.
Oh, there's some right there. See the spray come off right there?
It was on his left.
Yeah, and he's still going.
Yep.
You can see that spray. Look at the spray come off right there.
We have a major penalty on number 31 for Damge, playing on, obvious hit.
Man,
I
just when they're
honestly-
getting ready to take this game 2-1.
Yeah.
And
I think he got shot by his own player. I really be honest with
I think you're right.
you. Yeah.
Because the only guy left alive was
Yeah.
the back corner
You
bunker.
can't, you
and
can't get shot in the butt by your
well,
own.
and the angle that paint sprayed off, I think it was from his own
I-
guy.
I'm telling you,
but
I
it
agree,
doesn't
sir.
matter. You get a hit on you, and you
Regardless.
keep going. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Friendly fire's not friendly. And and regardless, you know, he was pleading his case, but we saw the spray come off, and that's where that referee. That's why he saw it from that angle. So that does make sense. That penalty definitely makes sense. 12 minutes and 42 seconds to go, but Damge puts one on the board. They do have that major penalty, so Jacob Edwards, one of their killers, is going to be in the box now for the next minute and 51 seconds, and they're going to be playing down a body. Let's see if Impact utilize this power play. 5 bodies alive for them still, and heavy guns up. Damge looks like they lose Timmy Probst.
And here's Justin Rabikoff going down the snake side with Brandon Stanzak. So
Good heads-up play by J-Rab. But he's in a position right now to just murder these guys. When you get to the end of the knuckle like he is right now, you can just sit there and chill all day. Don't have to worry about much.
Here's one.
Choose the corner,
here's
and
2.
you got to shoot the inside guy too.
So chalk up 2 more confirmed kills for Justin Rabikoff to give him a total of 8.
Stat stuffing.
Yeah, so you know he's one of the biggest killers in the league. And he has been for now, you know, a couple years. Well, he's been for a long time, but you know, since we started doing statistics. So score now looking a little bit better here for Impact as they put one more up on the board. Still a minute 12 on that penalty, and we're going to be right back after this. So we are back here. 3-1 is the score. Impact with a 2-point lead. This game brought to you by Contract Killer. If you've seen any of those awesome gun designs, those laser engravings they have.
Amazing.
Yeah, just
Chris does some.
yeah, Chris does some
Yeah,
amazing, mind-blowing work.
He was one of the first people to ever come out with that.
Yeah.
And he has always been like an innovator.
Yeah, he's
So-
top notch.
Yeah, so hit
and
up
he's a nice guy too.
Yeah, he's a great
good
dude.
guy.
Big supporter of the sport, man. Loves paintball. I was actually talking to him. You know, he's big into jiu-jitsu. They also have, you know, fight clothing as well too. They're big into MMA. But yeah, go to Contract. Check out Contract Killer. Got playing gear as well. And if you're into MMA, they also have stuff for you as well. So here we go on the breakout. Looks like Keith Brown dying. 2 bodies dropping now. Looks like maybe 3 for Tampa Bay Damge. Edmonton Impact on the attack. Justin Cornell getting checked out by the referee, though. He might have a hit on him. No, it looks like he's clean. Body still dropping for Damge left and right here.
Just
And
going
that
to
is going to
work.
do it. Yeah, so very quick point here.
Wow, I think that was the quickest point of the tournament, actually.
Yeah, that might be.
That's
We'll
up
find
there.
out.
That's definitely in the top
It's-
2 or 3.
Yeah, it's definitely quick.
Yeah. And great work, though, because that's utilizing that power play. Is that when you get those kills and you already know which lane drops once that body comes off, you take full advantage of that, get down the field, you establish a new lane, and then somebody else comes and then utilizes that to get up the field. So solid work by Edmonton Impact to increase their lead here. Score is going to be 4-1 with 11 minutes and 33 seconds. So
And 42 seconds still left in the penalty, so they're taking advantage of.
yeah, so let's check out the season fantasy leaders here as Justin Rabikoff putting some points on the board for everyone that picked him up. Marcelo Margot. It seems like every time we have a leader list, Margot's on it in some way, shape, or form. Zach Sherman. I don't know how that's possible. Oh, it's just for season. Okay, that makes sense. He's definitely done well throughout the season, but had a really rough day today. Oliver Lang and Archie Montemayor. So there are your season fantasy score leaders, points they played and their kills. Those are a lot of kills from Margot, Rabikoff, and Montemayor. Also Oliver Lang and Zach Sherman. 98's not bad. So we're going to be right back here. Stick with us. So we're back here looking at Edmonton Impact getting ready to play this next point here. They have a lead, 3-point lead over Tampa Bay Damge. Still some time left on that penalty. 37 seconds to go on the major for Tampa Bay Damge, trying to fight through that. Jacob Edwards still in the box. Looks like Cornell in the snake again. And 4 bodies though alive for Damge, so they were able to get out wide.
Yeah, 4 bodies alive, 20 seconds left in the penalty, so that's big. And they just
spoke down Justin Rabikoff going to the 50 Dorito.
So turned right around, looked like his players. I think he's like, oh man.
Well, it's definitely hey, that's good. You have a player having a game like Justin Rabikoff with his 9 confirmed kills.
Get rid of him off the field.
Yeah, get him off the field as quick as possible.
And 2 down right now for Edmonton Impact. That's J-Rab and Zach Yakimick.
And Justin Cornell.
Justin Cornell taking the walk.
No, Justin takes out Jacob Edwards, it looks like. So.
Yeah, Cornell's still in there. He's still in Snake 2. You can see the eye in the sky on the D side over there. He has 2 bodies in the backfield.
And you can see the sun.
Yeah, see those long shadows starting to, and so when a body gets behind that bunker, you can see that guy's shadow as well too. And that's definitely something that you can utilize out there to figure out which side that guy is on the bunker, which side he's coming out. So things have slowed down a little bit here in this point as bodies have dropped. Still 4 bodies alive for Tampa Bay Damge versus 3 for Edmonton Impact. So this is a little bit of a chance for Tampa Bay Damge to try to get back in this game. They definitely do not want to let Impact go 5-1 right now. Yeah, that's a huge point spread. I mean, I know there's 10 minutes left, but Impact this year is not really one to give up leads easily, even if you're Damge.
Yeah, but Steve, as a coach, you're up 4-1 right now. There's 9 minutes left in the game. You're against the sun. What are you going to do? Just sit there and chill, or what would you do personally?
Right now, they're up 4-1, and as we say that,
that was so
Damge just makes that 50 Dorito. That was just a sweet play, but they got to come, man.
Was that?
Well, I'm sorry, Matt.
Oh no, I was saying, was that Holiday?
That was fast. That was.
I think that was
fast.
Holiday. I mean, Dalton's fast, but I don't know if he's that fast.
I don't think so either, bro. That was really fast, man.
Yeah. So go ahead, Steve. I'm sorry.
And with Chris was just talking about, it's 4-1, and you're down a body. You're in the right position. It's just chill and communicate and talk to each other. And as we said that, they shot one of the Damge guys, but then Damge got to the 50 Dorito, so it's 3-on-3 now. And so now Justin Cornell, because he learned from the last game, said not to. Oh, look at that.
But gets shot down the wire and misses the shot in the process.
So hey, he learned from it, but still got shot by the snake guy.
And also losing Stanzak in the back.
So hey, Damge is playing this tough right now, and that's what you need to do. Like you said, you don't want to go down 3.
Hey, big test for Damge right now. Right. Backs to the wall. Yep. You've already won a game, won it big. But you're playing your nemesis of the year, Edmonton Impact, and you want to, again, we talked with Shane earlier, send a statement. And most importantly, even if you do lose, put up a really good fight. You want to let Impact run away with this and put up a massive point differential on you. And so it looks like Tampa Bay Damge with Timmy Probst, Dan Holiday, and Dalton Vanderbilt left alive at the end of that point. Probst is going to hang it up, and now we got ourselves a 2-point game here with 8 minutes and 22 seconds to play in this last game of the prelims, first day of the competition. We still have a whole day of prelims coming at you tomorrow, starting off with a set of amazing games in the morning. Houston Heat, X Factor, Legion, Ironman, Art Chaos, and X Factor. X Factor, the first 3 games coming at you tomorrow morning. So help us spread the paintball gospel, man. Let everybody know that the most important tournament in the paintball world is going down this weekend here at Fantasy of Flight, the PSP World Cup, the end of the 2014 season. So who is going to reign triumphant? Is X Factor going to repeat as world champs? Are we going to have a new world champion? Is Impact going to cap off their miraculous year by winning the World Cup, winning 2 events? who knows? Can Damge step up and win their first tournament in a year? We'll find out.
Well, Impact, if they win this event, they won 2 and took second in 2. So out of 5 events, they have only not been in the finals once, which is a huge accomplishment.
Won 3 of the 4 events over the
in Europe.
So,
yeah.
And had finished at World Cup. Yeah, so they're just having a good season consistently wherever they're playing right now.
Yeah, so as we
But that means nothing because it's still 4-2. There's plenty of time left.
Yeah, and we got
game,
a whole
so
day of competition. Everyone
2
plays
days,
2 more.
2 games
yeah,
left
it's
tomorrow, plus this game.
tons of more tournament coming at you here at the World Cup. And we're going to be right back after this, 8:22 on the clock. Stick with us. Still in the pits here with Damge. Now on the field. Looking at Tampa Bay Damge on the breakout. Oh, they lose Tabuzier on the break. So he takes the early walk, trying to get that center shot in the open area. Not able to do it. He takes one. So now 4 bodies left alive for Tampa Bay Damge as they push Keith Brown. No, I'm sorry. They push Brian Smith into the snake. Keith Brown behind him in the back corner bunker. Justin Rabikoff now playing the snake. And Justin Rabikoff, 9 confirmed kills for him. So he could potentially eclipse Konstantin Fedorov's record here today. Not for the year, but for today. 13 confirmed kills is the high water mark.
Everyone's just chilling right now. And like Chris has brought up, the sun is really being real aggressive on this side of the field here now. So it's going to be tough for these guys to see.
Yeah, I think it's going to affect I don't think it's not affecting anybody on the D side because they're looking the opposite way of the sun. But I think who it's really going to affect is coming from impact side of the field, the guys that get up into the snake and have to shoot towards that D side. That's who the sun's going to affect.
For sure. It's going to affect Zach, Justin, and Rainey. But they should be good because they're rocking the HDR lenses from V4, so they should be good. Shameless plug there, but I had to do it.
Hey, it's all good, man. GI, one of the big supporters of PBA, so plug away, Steve.
So Josh will make us taken out, so hey, Damge with the big elimination. And look for them to start going down to that Dorito side.
So Impact with this lead, they don't have to go anywhere. It would definitely behoove them to take anything that Tampa Bay gives them, though, with the way that this layout has played for all day today. Now Justin Rabikoff improves his position on your screen right now. Justin Rabikoff in his purple beanie. Now down the wire, looks inside, playing both sides of the bunker well. He's got back players right behind him, so Justin in the driver's seat over here. Zach Yakmek gets into the snake with him. And looking at Brian Smith, Keith Brown still over here, so the snake matchup pretty fierce. 2 bodies, though, for Damge on this side. They lost Bougier early. But Zane Yakmek and Nick Laval have come off. So basically, it's up to the 3 players over here on the snake side. There's no one on the D side. So that's something that Tampa Bay Damge... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, so Tampa Bay Damge needs to
get down the D side. But the only thing that's slowing them down is obviously Justin and Zach in the snake side here. And I don't know. I don't know if Justin knows there's a player creeping in that pin area there. So
well, this goes to what Shane was talking about. It's like, look, okay, well, not all the time are windows open. You have to create the windows. Yeah. So when you're up by 1 body and you're down 2 points, time is starting to tick off. You have to start creating opportunities for yourself. And the ball is on the when we say the ball, that means who should be making the move. That's the D side of the field right now for Tampa Bay Damge.
And as you said, there was a window that was open. And Damge got to Dorito 1. So. And that's what they need to do. They need to get, as we say that, they take out Justin Rabikoff and Zach Yakmek and Rainey all at once.
No.
All at the same time.
Wow.
3
so
kills.
Brian Smith, I don't know who we're going to see who got these eliminations, but that was amazing.
Within 1 point now, Maddie.
Yep.
Wow.
This is what Tampa Bay Damge needed to do, man. They're playing their nemesis, the team that's beat them 4 times this year, knocked them out of a lot of tournaments, and now with under 5 minutes to play, they put another point on the board to pull within 1, and they do it with 4 bodies left alive, looking pretty solid. Nice work by Keith Brown. Jason Edwards got some kills. And that is exactly, if you're a Tampa Bay Damge fan, what you wanted to happen out here to try to stay in this match against Edmonton Impact. And Edmonton Impact's D side, kind of need to get it together a little bit. That was a bad point for them. Snake side was holding it down, but then all those guys all died pretty much at the same time too. But really tough though, when you're all stacked up on one side, even if you got some bodies with you, it's pretty hard because those angles start to get a little bit more difficult to live from.
Yep.
With the whole side blown open when people start charging down it. So let's check out this replay here. We're looking in the pits. So closing moments here in the Snake. There's Justin Rabikoff who gets taken out. And he had Zach Yakmek right behind him, Rainey. And here comes the push from Tampa Bay Damge to clear out the field. Keith Brown grabbing that flag. So solid work by Damge.
Great play that last point there. So like you said, now it's 4-3, 4:55 left in the game. And this is what we expected. We thought was going to happen with this game. It was going to be a dogfight, and they're doing exactly what we were expecting.
Yeah, we really thought that this was going to be potentially one of the best games of the day. It's shaping up like it could be. Season kill count leaders on your screen right now. Archie Montemayor had such an amazing year. Look at, he has 134 kills and 126 points. And he had that last tournament, we didn't even get to count stats for Archie because he's playing in the Challengers division. So
yeah, he started in Dallas and just went nuts in Dallas.
So, take a whole tournament away, and he still is the kill count leader. That's an incredibly impressive year for Archie Montemayor. Marcel Margot second, Justin Rabikoff third, Trevor Reeser, one of the attackers for Omaha Vicious, put up 115 kills, and then Oliver Lang, last year's Top Gun Award winner, still having another great season, even though Dynasty not doing too well here in the latter part of the year, stuck down in the Challengers division, but they are just demolishing teams down there. They 7-0'd Top Gun Union and 7-2'd CEP, so Dynasty came to play here at this event, at least so far. But yeah, those five men up on the screen right now having a great year. That's a lot of points played for both Justin Rabikoff and Trevor Reeser. 183 points played for Justin Rabikoff, 178 points played for Trevor Reeser. Again, Archie Montemayor, the stats you're looking at is 2 games today, the first 3 events, but do not count West Coast Open in there because we don't do stats for the Challengers division. If everyone out there can spread the paintball gospel a little bit more, get some more people to buy the pay-per-view, I think we could bring stats to the Challengers division as well too, doing everything we can with what we have over here. But yeah, man, and it's not surprising to see Marcelo or Archie or any of those names up there, though it is cool to see Trevor Reeser up on the season kill count leaders. But knowing the position he plays and the weapon that he is for Omaha Vicious and some of the tournaments that they played out there, it's cool to see Trevor up in the top 5 for the kill count leaders. Again, this game brought to you by Contract Killer, doing dope gun designs. So if you want a custom gun design, laser engraved, to do something for the best players in the world, need some fight gear, check out Contract Killer. So here we go. Under 5 minutes to play. Only down by 1 now. Tampa Bay Damge attempting to come back and defeat Edmonton Impact for the first time in 2014. I don't know. I think they can do it.
If you're going to do it here at World Cup. Yeah, there's plenty of time. It's 4:55. They were down 4-1. They're playing solid. Now they're on the side with the sun. So now they're going to have to deal with what Impact has had to deal with. But, hey, plenty of time left. Here we go.
On the breakout, Damge looks like they lose a body, and it might lose 2. They do lose 2.
Wow, 3 on the break.
Oh, wow.
And this is not...
Oh, and also a minor penalty.
On Impact. Looks like on Justin
Rabikoff. But
Rabikoff.
too little too late, though. Huh.
I don't know. So not when penalties go out there. There's never too little too late.
Justin Rabikoff, actually it was Joshua Met with the penalty, pulled Justin Rabikoff out. That's not going to help him try to get to break Konstantin Fedorov's one-day mark here of 13 confirmed kills.
Which knowing him, I don't think he would. That'd be a cool thing to do, but I would think he would rather have that win.
Oh, of course he wants the win, and he probably doesn't even know he has 13 kills right now, or 10 kills. He probably knows he's just having a good game. He also probably doesn't know that Fedorov set that mark today at 13.
But it's good for everyone that's picked these guys for fantasy paintball.
Yeah, if you pick Justin Rabikoff, that's a good pick for you. He's an expensive guy, though.
Yeah, good pick.
Yeah, so...
And what, Fedorov?
Yeah, Fedorov had a really good day. Pretty much if you picked anybody on Art Chaos that's in their starting 5, that was a good pick because they had a really good day today.
Or $200 for Axel Godin.
Yeah, Axel, he's on my team. Yeah, I thought he was a steal for $200, as long as he got reps. And he did get some reps. So let's check in with the referee on the field and see what that penalty is.
We had a minor penalty on number 81 for impact, playing on obvious hit.
All right, so now 4:10 left to go. Impact extending their lead by 2, but with 4:10 left, there is time enough for Tampa Bay Damge to score 2 points, but they need to live off the break.
Right. And on that side, like again, you're looking into the sun, and it's hard over there. So here we go. 4:10 left. They're in the penalty. 34 seconds. And
Yeah.
This game for both teams it's so crucial because it puts you up 2-0 going into Saturday. There's only 2 teams out of this bracket that move on to Sunday. So you got to have this win because it makes life a little bit easier tomorrow.
It does take a little weight off your shoulders because even if you blow out and do terrible the next day and go 2-2, if you did have a high point spread from that first day and kept it close on the second day, at least you most likely won't be playing for relegation.
Exactly.
At the very worst. So it does take, again, a little bit of weight off the shoulders. But and it puts you in a good position because now everyone's like, oh, wow, those guys are playing really good. And you want to have a little bit, even though nobody will admit it, you want to have that little bit of intimidation factor.
And both these teams coming into this event, they're ranked 1 and 2 in the overall. So there's a lot going on here, which is good. It makes for better stories.
Yeah, it makes for entertaining viewing. So here we go. 4:07 to go on the breakout. Looks like body coming off, and it is Justin Rabikoff who gets shot off the break. So Justin Rabikoff, the early killer for Edmonton Impact, getting pulled on a penalty, and then now she's getting shot off the break. So the big gun, one of the big guns for Impact's coming off. Rainey's still alive. Ooh, Yakmak coming off as well. So, here goes Impact losing a bunch of bodies. This is Tampa Bay's chance to get back in this match, to pull within 1 again.
And just doing it, man. Chad's just going to work in the middle. Chad Bougier, he gets out of the box. Wow.
Keith Brown
gets torn up.
Well, he got the shot on the guy coming out of the penalty box. Then he got shot, and Chad Bouzier's like, all right, I had enough of that, Rainey.
I'm going to go finish
I know how you
this.
work. We played on the same team last year. I'm going to come and take you down. And then now I'm going to hang that flag. So nice work there by Chad Bouzier.
To bring it 1 point.
Jason Edwards, Jacob Edwards, Brian Smith. 4 players left alive here, and now we have a 1-point match with 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go.
You know, I'd expect nothing less. What a great game. Two top stellar teams.
Yeah, definitely a really solid match here for both these teams representing their squads well. And still, yeah, Impact's got the lead, but little momentum swings to Tampa Bay. Kind of still anyone's matchup at this point. Could potentially see another game go to time, though. This would only be the 3rd game today that has gone to time. Looking at our stats crew. Let's check out this replay here. So there's a split screen breakout. Looks like a little bit of a drop from Damge. But you see there's Justin Rabikoff dead center on your screen on the right. End up getting taken out. So solid work by Damge. Score a quick point. You know, Damge gets knocked a little bit for playing conservative ball sometimes, but honestly, Damge is one of the fastest teams in the league, and when they want to play fast, they can play fast. They got a good chameleon-like ability to switch it around.
They are real fast. They have a lot of versatility.
They're a very versatile team.
It's like Brian Smith, Kevin, all those guys. They're so fast.
Holiday, Keith Brown, Tim Probst. They just got so much talent, so much speed.
Chad.
And at this point,
Jason Edwards is pretty fast, dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even their back guys are fast.
Like they're no joke, man. Like athletic-wise, speed-wise, there's no other team that's more athletic, has more speed than that team. I don't think there is.
Collectively, I think you might be right.
I think you're right, actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's another team that might be faster, but I don't think across the way.
Nah.
Legions, some of those younger guys are pretty fast, but we haven't really seen them enough of the younger guys,
right?
Like Skabalnovich and some of those younger players on Russian Legion. So it looks like timeout is called. It gives us a chance to check in with Lauren Kelly down in the pits.
I am here with Tim Probst in Damge's pit. Now, you guys have made a substantial comeback. It is 5-4. Impact is only 1 point ahead. You threw a couple points away there because of the penalty. With this field layout, how difficult is it when you're a body down to make sure you still get those wins? Is it a tough task? They got those points really fast.
Yeah, there's so many plays they could take the snake on the break easily. They have more guns up on us, and we have to play back a little bit, so we can't risk an Adler body on a 5-on-4. So it is a big advantage on this field to be down or up on a penalty.
Everyone has been saying the snake side of the field is where the most production can come out of. That's the most powerful side of the field. Whoever gets into the field first and is controlling the snake side, are they more likely to win the point, or is it still a fair game? Tell me how the snake side is kind of playing out.
Snake side's dominant because if you even kill one person on that side, you can dominate everybody that's on that side. So you can go all the way to their end and shoot everybody on the D side. So owning the snake on this field is probably the most important thing out on this tournament. So we just have to stay alive in there.
All right, well, it is 5-4 right now. We'll see if Damge can tie it up 5-5.
So just about 40 seconds to go before the start, or what could be the last point. We have seen some long points today. 3 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock. Both teams going to be at full strength here. Fast points are dictated by bodies coming off the break. So Tampa Bay Damge really going to try to be focusing on whipping those guns around, get those accurate shots down range, and hope to God that they find their mark. And Impact, on the flip side, going to try to understand, hey, look, we know damage has to come. We do have a 1-point advantage here, so let's not make any stupid mistakes. Let's try to shoot some players of our own off the break. And as everybody knows, that snake side, you got to control. You have to play aggressive on that side. You have to get up the field. So right now here, on the breakout, let's see, do any bodies drop from either team? It looks like Damge is 5 strong, and I believe Impact is 5 strong. Uh-oh, body coming off. Justin Cornell.
Oh, Cornell.
Huge weapon.
Powerhouse.
Yeah, huge weapon today for Impact. Comes off early. So now, and that is going to let El Yusuf make his way into Snake 2. So a lot of confidence given to El Yusuf here in this point. Must-win situation for Tampa Bay Damge to try to get back in this match, because if they go down 2 here, it's not looking good for them.
Yeah, but they were a powerhouse team earlier, but they're looking good early. However, Impact just keeping it together, making the good moves, and luck. I think a little bit of luck.
And here's a great move here.
That's Chad Bouchier in the middle.
To the A.
I love that middle spot.
Yeah, Chabuziera is able to make a good spot, and he actually decides to turn his gun to the snake side. Most guys that have gone up in there kind of seem to be shutting that Dorito side.
Yeah, but also, Matty, he's laying down, playing nice and tight. Most people stand up there and put their head in a swivel.
Yeah, well, let's see how Chad decides to play it. Time ticking off, just 2 minutes to go here. And there's Edwards making his move down the D side.
What Damge is doing really nice is that they're starting to put themselves in a better position as this time is clicking off here. And that's what you need to do when you want to try to cross those 50s, and they're starting to do that.
Now 1 minute and 42 seconds to play. El Yusuf taking some pods out of his pack.
Oh.
Another body coming off for Impact. This might open up the door for Tampa Bay Damge.
Oh, as you said, that Chad Bouchier goes down.
Chad Bouchier getting the shot across the field.
It looks like Zane Yakmak is walking off. Chad's walking off, so it's 4-on-3 now.
Yeah, so
Impact's still looking good, Matty.
Yeah, that Chabuzier death in the center.
They just lost Zach Yakmak in the snake corner here, so.
Yeah, so things getting tense here. 2-on-4. Tampa Bay Damge. The window is open for them. But Justin Rabikoff fighting for his life right now. Looks like he is the only player left alive to try to stave off the attack of Tampa Bay Damge. But I don't think the Tampa Bay Damge has the body count right.
Oh,
now Brian Smith has figured it out. Brian Smith sharking down the field, and they are going to be able to, they don't even have to run him down as Justin Rabikoff loses a gunfight. It's too many bodies, nothing he can do there. And so Tampa Bay
got ourselves a tie
game with 50 seconds left.
And there's plenty of time. I think that this is like a 10-second field, 11-second field, in my opinion. If you really come hard and come fast.
I think you got to get lucky though, because you're gonna, in order to make it that quick, then you're gonna have to hope you get some of those off the break shots.
I agree with that.
I think it is possible to score a very quick point, and we've seen a couple really quick points, but those came from a team losing 2-3 bodies off the break and not a penalty or something, and not losing any bodies themselves. So we'll see here, but I think we got a really good shot of this going to an overtime period. How the overtime period works, 3 minutes goes on the board. If no winner is assessed at the end of those 3 minutes, then it will be a tie in the prelims. If that happens on Sunday, then it goes to a one-on-one shootout. So I don't know. 38 seconds. Obviously, just like we said, it always comes down to the break. It comes down to the break.
If the team gives you it, you take it.
Yeah.
If they don't, you go for overtime.
Yeah. I mean, if an advantage comes to you, you create. If you get 1-2 kills off the break and you see it, then it could potentially happen. But I don't know. I think most likely we'll probably be headed to an overtime period. We're gonna find out when we come back from these messages. So stick around.
right, Impact and Damage are tied 5-5. I wanted to bring you the last Challenger update. VCK and Boom went up for the last match of the day on the Challenger field. VCK won 5-1, meaning VCK and Boom both went 1-1 today. We'll see who takes the lead in this match. Back to you guys.
So interesting day over in the Challengers division, and here we have the closing seconds of regulation time in this matchup between Edmonton Impact and Tampa Bay Damge. Under 30 seconds to play. Both teams tied at 5, and it looks like a body dropping for both teams. Jacob Edwards comes off and Justin Cornell comes off. So we will see if one of these teams can put a point on the board here. Brian Smith searching in the center. See, there's Brian Smith on your screen for Tampa Bay Damge. He's got Chad Bougier right beside him. And they are shooting D-side right now. And it looks like they do get a shot on him. They're not gonna have enough time. 5 seconds to go, and he's gonna attempt to try to make it through. He gets chopped up though after he grabs the flag, and that is gonna be the end of regulation time, which means we will head into a 3-minute overtime period.
Amazing game, and Damage has completely turned this game into their advantage right now, and they're doing what they want against Impact right now, everywhere on this field.
Well, and they've also done a great job of starting to isolate Justin Cornell. They shot him off the break a couple times, and that's really shut him down.
We haven't said his name much in the last 3 or 4 points, so he's just out, and that's what you need to do, man.
Well, yeah, it comes down to, okay, well, who's giving you problems and who's been playing well? So if you have an awesome first attacker in the Snake and he's been doing a good job, yeah, put some guns over his way. Because then if you can start shutting him down, then they're going to have to readjust. Either have to send him wide, or then they potentially put somebody else over here. In fact, when Cornell started to get shut down, they switched Justin Rabikoff over onto this side, but also didn't really let him do much over here. So doing a really good job, Tampa Bay Damge, controlling the Snake here in this comeback, able to put enough points on the board to tie it up at 5. And yeah, I do agree. Damage looks a little bit better right now. They've stolen the momentum from Edmonton Impact. So, but we'll see. You know, 3 minutes is not a lot of time though.
No.
I mean, it goes really fast. So I don't know. And also it'd be interesting to see who these teams are going to send out. You always know overtime point, the 5 players that come out for your team, well, you want the best chance you have of putting a W up. So you're going to send the 5 guys you think are playing the best. You know, that's always the test.
I'm going to go with Chad for Damage, Jason, Jacob, Keith Brown, and I'm going to go with Holiday.
Not a bad lineup.
Nope.
Who would you go for Impact?
Impact, they're going to send out Joshua Met,
J-Rab.
Zach.
I would.
Would you send
Rainey.
Cornell? Would you send Cornell out again?
Yeah, I would send him out.
Maybe he's due. He's been getting shut down a little bit.
I don't know, man.
Maybe he's due.
I put Cornell out. I put J-Rab, Bomet, Yakimek, Rainey for sure. God, who's maybe Baines?
We haven't seen Dave much.
Big points.
But I think Baines will get a shot in the break. Here
well,
we go.
Here it is. So it's Rabikoff, Bomet, Yakimek, and Stanzik, Cornell for Impact. And it looks like, did a body drop early for them? Yeah, body drops early. It's Zach Yakimek. On the flip side, Tampa Bay Damge, they have Brian Smith, the Edwards brothers, Chad Bougier, and Ramzi Al-Yusuf. And making his way into the Snake, Brian Smith. So both teams have a player in the Snake. Cornell, he's in the Snake alive. He's in Snake 1. He's got a player right behind him too. So both teams have 2 players over here on the Snake side. Rainey gets into the Snake with Justin Cornell.
And that's good because now he slows down Damage moving that Dorito side. So that's actually a good move for him and good for Impact. It slows down Damage from trying to go down the Dorito side, and especially with Damage in the Snake now. So let's see. But now no one's protecting Justin Cornell now. So
yeah, Justin moved up a notch. He's in notch 2 of the Snake. You can see there on your screen. Time is ticking off. 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Neither one of these teams wanting to give an inch advantage to Tampa Bay Damge, though, as they are 4 on 5. But regardless of the advantage, it is Edmonton Impact playing the aggressor. And it looks like that's the only way that Justin Cornell knows how to roll. But he ended up
getting shot across the field, Matty.
Yeah, but the aggression costs him, so he's going to come off. And now that puts a situation where Tampa Bay Damge, with 1:44 left to go, is up 5-3 on the body count. So it's in Tampa Bay. The ball's in their court, man. If they want to try to take this win here, they could do it, but they need to put themselves in position to do that. They have one attacker over here, Snake side. It's Brian Smith. He has a back player, but they don't have a 2 over here. They don't have somebody to go with Brian Smith. They're still looking at Rainey Stanzik. Rainey Stanzik trying to do damage control. He's the only player over here on the Snake side of the field for Edmonton Impact. Impact has 2 bodies over on the D side, and now Rainey comes off. So here comes the attack. Chad Bouzier in the center. Brian Smith on the snake.
Chad just gets taken out in the A, so.
But yeah, so Bouzier gets taken out in that center A. He comes off, and here comes Brian Smith. And I think
wow,
if Brian
amazing
Smith.
game. Look at that.
Brian
Damage.
Smith having a game right there, Maddie.
Yeah, Brian Smith stepping up over here in the snake. But you got to give it up to
Chad
Bouzier. Yeah, Chad Bouzier was able to shoot out Rainey Stanzik.
He
shot
get
Zach,
that monkey
Zach
off that back.
Yeah, beautiful work. Edwards got a kill. Smith got 2. So 2 for Chad, 2 for Brian Smith. And Edmonton Impact, is going to finally lose to Tampa Bay Damge, taking their record this year. 4 wins and 1 loss. It just happened right now as Tampa Bay Damge is going to reign triumphant as they hang that flag up. So hopefully that hang is going to be clean for them.
Great game.
Yeah, that was a great game. So that sends Impact to 1-1. Damage is going to be 2-0. And what, like you said, monkey off your back.
And that World Cup, and puts you going into Saturday 2-0, takes a lot of pressure off you. And now that's going to put Impact now 1-1. Vicious is 1-1, and tomorrow's going to be an interesting
Crew's
day.
1-1, Vicious is 1-1, Impact's 1-1, Damage is 1-1, and Revo is 0-2. So that is exactly the same thing that happened in the other division as far as, who has, there's 1 team at 2-0, it's Art Chaos. 3 teams are at 1-1, and 1 team's at 0-2, that's Moscow Red Legion. So Red Legion's really going to have to step it up tomorrow, as is Baltimore Revo. But, looking at tomorrow's competition in the morning, it's Heat and X Factor out the gate. First game at 8:15 Eastern Time. And then Moscow Red Legion, Los Angeles Ironmen, their game number 2. So must-win situation for both the Ironmen to preserve their chances to give them the best shot, because Ironmen are going to have to play Heat last. And then tomorrow afternoon, we got a full set of awesome games tomorrow here on Saturday, as things are going to start to get decided. So, but yeah, in the driver's seat right now, the 2 teams that look the best in this scrappy victory here, Tampa Bay Damge, come from behind victory.
Amazing.
Refusing to say die in front
down
of their home
4-1,
crowd.
come back, get it tied in overtime, come back in overtime and win, and shut down Justin Cornell on the snake side. And hey, like you said, you got monkey off the back. They did it World Cup. They got their family here. Great win.
Yeah, that was a very, very solid victory, finally, for Tampa Bay Damge against Edmonton Impact. Took them all year to beat Edmonton Impact, but that, again, puts them at 2-0, so they're in the driver's seat. But tomorrow, Damge is going to have to play 187 Crew and Revo. So, this was Damage's hard day. So, Damge, they could,
today.
I mean, if on paper, on paper they should beat Revo, and on paper they should beat 187 Crew. That doesn't always necessarily mean that's the way it goes.
You gotta play the game
especially in the new version of the PSP, which is the wild west out here. So let's check in with Lauren Kelly here. So stick with us.
All right, I am down here with Jacob Edwards. Jacob, congratulations. You guys finally beat Impact. We had been in this situation so many times, 4 times, and you weren't able to beat them. So going into this, when they got that lead because of the penalty, I think it was 4-1, were you thinking of a repeat and
No.
kicking yourselves, or how are you feeling?
No, this whole time we were actually thinking that we were going to win. We knew that we were going to come back, and I mean, what better thing to do, beat him in the overtime? I mean, that's clutch.
That is clutch. Now, having played them so many times and not able to get that win, were there certain things that you were expecting them to do, or certain players you were specifically trying to get out off the break?
Mostly they're a snake strong team. Like JC and J Rav, he wasn't playing snake side this tournament, but they'll overpower you down the snake side. And this time we were just trying to key up and shoot them off the break, and it worked.
Talk to me a little bit about penalties. So you were a body down, and that's what they took advantage of to get that lead. How hard is it on this field layout, and what can you do to fend them off to make sure they don't get those quick points?
This field's pretty hard to hold them when you have penalties, because the snake, I mean, it's just a straight down snake. If you shoot your wire, you're just going to crawl all the way down, which they did 3 points. So couldn't really stop it, but I think overpowering them on the snake side would have been a smarter choice.
And you were actually the one who got the penalty. You were in the box. Talk to me about the box with this layout. What is the best strategy coming out to try to get out alive, and what are you looking for while you're watching the clock tick down?
When I was looking at what I was looking at when I was in there, I was thinking that it would probably be safer to go out snake side because of that big Dorito, but you also have to watch out where they are in the snake. I knew he was in snake 3, and there was that cake right by it that I could block him out. I guess I just took a one step too far, and he shot me in the shoulder, but I almost made it.
You almost made it. You did. All right. Well, either way, you guys won. Congratulations. Damge beat Impact in the last match of day 1 here at Fantasy of Flight. It's the heat, guys. Anyways, that is a wrap for day 1. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
So looking at the scores here, today's competition, lots of 7s on there, man. We didn't see a lot of games go to time. We did just see an overtime match. The only overtime match was that last match that we just saw. But just looking at the scores here, Top Gun Union defeats Sacramento Excessive. Then Infamous 7-2 against Chattanooga CEP. Moscow Red Legion lost a big one to San Antonio X Factor. Art Chaos then took down Houston Heat 7-3. Ironman 7-3 against San Antonio X Factor. So X Factor went 1-1. Ironman went 1-1. Moscow Red Legion Houston Heat beat Red Legion 7-2. Art Chaos 7-3 over the Los Angeles Ironmen. And then it was one of the games that did go to time. 187 Crew in a vicious fight against Baltimore Revo. I welcomed them to the league by defeating them 6-5. But that was a really good match.
It was
man.
a good game. Actually.
Revo's scrappy. I really like that team.
Too.
I'm becoming a fan of Revo.
I like it too.
They've developed a more aggressive style. They have some great guys on that team that can play the ones on both on the D side and on the snake and in the center. They have a future in front of them. They just, getting this invaluable experience here against the best teams in the world to try to become one of the best teams in the world. Tampa Bay Damge then completely decimated Omaha Vicious 7-0, and then Edmonton Impact 7-3 over Baltimore Revo. Omaha Vicious 5-4, another game that went to time. That was a very close match too. And then this last one, it was a nail biter as Edmonton Impact finally losing to Tampa Bay Damge. So let's check out tomorrow's schedule. Here are the games, so pick your favorites. There's going to be a lot of good ones. Houston Heat starts off, San Antonio X Factor, and then Legion Ironman. These are all Eastern times, 9:45. Art Chaos going to be taking on X Factor. Ironman and Houston Heat at 10:30. At 11:15, Art Chaos, Moscow Red Legion. At 12:45, Seattle Thunder Red Storm. 1:30, Aftershock Boom. 2:15, Damge and Revo. And then Impact 187, Vicious Revo, Damge 187, and to cap the day off and end it out. Saturday is crazy because that's when we start finding out who's going to make it to Sunday. So before we sign off, get some end of day highlights, and then bid you adieu until tomorrow. It's let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, I wanted to bring you one more Challenger update for day 1. Going 2 for 0 today was Infamous, Dynasty, and Thunder. 1 for 1 was Shock, VCK, Boom, and Top Gun. And 0 for 2 was Excessive, CEP, and Red Storm. A couple matches I really want to highlight. Infamous versus Excessive. Excessive was looking strong. They were 5-4. Excessive was 1 point down, but they had the chance to tie it up. During that point where they could have tied it up, they got 2 majors and allowed Infamous to take the win from there. Infamous won 7-4. Shock versus Red Storm was another really close match. It was tied 6-6 back and forth the entire time. They went into the last point with 1 minute and 12 seconds on the clock. They could have gone into overtime, but Shock was able to pull out that win with only 20 seconds left on the clock. Their next match, Shock versus Thunder. Now this, I think, was the biggest match to come out of that field today. They were tied 5-5. During the clock ticking down, it was down to a 1-on-1, and with only 1.5 seconds left on the clock, Brian McKenna tried to shoot out the Thunder player, got a major, and ended up giving the point over to Thunder, making Thunder undefeated for day 1. That's all I have from the Challenger field, but I'll be back tomorrow, so stay tuned.